This is a Wednesday class, sweet and short and sweet Vinyasa. So come onto your mat into crocodile pose, Makarasana. And when you lay down, kind of allow the mat to grab your pubic bone and lengthen the whole spine forward and up as you reach the legs back, and you might even turn the toes under, and then come on down slowly, only until the floating ribs, the last rib before the waist and belly area, and then turn the toes so that the tops of the toes and your toenails are on the floor, and the heels are kind of rolling out, and the legs are a little wider than sit bone distance apart. And then stack one forearm on top of the other with the fingertips right into the crease of the elbow, and lengthen your neck and gently allow the forehead to land on the middle of your forearm. Make any adjustments you feel like you might need. And just let your body settle here. Let your body settle and come to a place of stillness and support. I would like to have an inspiration for our time here together today in acknowledging the spring season, and in the indigenous cultures that's considered the East, where the sun rises, right? Where a new day dawns. And here we are in the season where new life begins to emerge. And its properties are associated with mind and new beginnings and birth and new birth and adventure, vulnerability, risk. Represents the sunrise, as we mentioned already. Ignition, igniting dreams and plans and potentials and visions. Seed planting, right? We're literally planting seeds in our gardens, but also in our lives. This is a time now as we emerge from the long meditative winter where we were deep in the womb of that coldness and that darkness, gestating. So now we can be reborn. And allowing our daydreaming to wander us around in the realm of potentiality, of what we can create. What do we need to clear out, right? Literally in the gardens, we have to go out there and clean the gardens and turn the dirt carefully because of the bulbs and seeds that are coming up, mulch it and feed it. And so this is how we honor new life within ourselves as well. What is your fertile territory? And so we offer thanks for abundant life and the life force that pulsates within us and enthusiastically welcomes the springtime that we are waking up to now. But we are also waking up into a new spring as we emerge from this corona pandemic situation, not knowing what the dirt might be holding, whether it's fertile or not, what seeds to plant, what ideas to start to take action from, move them from dream and imagining and intending and envisioning to actioning towards manifesting. And so we are grateful and feel blessed to feel the warmth of the sun and the longer light in the days and the moist soil of the Mother Earth beneath our feet. And I strongly encourage you to go out and walk barefoot on the wet, muddy earth. I love to even put the mud on my body and face. It's very, very wonderfully nurturing to us on all levels. And let us think of all our projects and dreams and visions as precious seeds and guide our minds and our thoughts and our hands and our actions to plant with love, to water the rows of our seeds with diligence, and treasure the sowing process as much as the impending harvest. May we plant with conscious intention. When we have a very good idea, help our minds align with our hearts to know if it is the one to set into the soil, and let love drive the plow. We can create the world we want. We can create a world we can be proud of and leave the earth more beautiful and abundant in the process as we work on our own hearts to do this in our lives. And so we offer it to all the kingdoms, all life, all around us. And then we share our harvest when it comes. So we can follow this path of bliss and leave no trace and do no harm. Always, always with love. So love yourself through the practice today. Be compassionate and think about what things you're interested in cultivating in your practice and in your life as well, and how your practice can help you to appreciate the process as much as the outcome that we desire, and everything in between those 2 points of beginning and conclusion. Gently bring the hands underneath your shoulders and send yourself back into child's pose. And let the palms rest, palms up at the sides of your feet. Let your forehead come down onto the floor. If it cannot, you can have a block there or stack your fists or your hands to try to have the forehead down. And let the face relax. Let the whole back body relax as you're folded up into this position of a seed-like form. And think about all the seeds that you wish to plant in your own life, in your physical aspects, in your mental and emotional, in your intellectual, in your energetic, in your spiritual, in your relationship and family and friends and community, and for the world at large. Because even if we are not like Gandhi or the Dalai Lama or Martin Luther King out in the world in a big way, making change socially and politically, everything we do does resonate. The goodness in our hearts and lives resonates within us and our immediate circles and out into the world as a gift. And then if you're comfortable, just rock the head side to side and rub the front of the forehead a little bit. Nice and gentle, and think of it as a massage, stimulating the neurovasculars, left and right hemispheres of the brain, the nervous system. And then come to stillness again. And just take a few more breaths here. And even though you're in this folded up position, see if you can take the breath deep enough in that smooth, steady, balanced, even, jerkless yoga way of breathing. And see if you can feel the expansion of your skin around the whole barrel of the torso, or it's like a cylinder. So the back, the sides, the belly. And see if you can connect your breath with your awareness through your whole body. Connecting deeply into the bones, out through the soft tissue, muscles, ligaments, tendons, organs, the fascia, the blood, the limbs, your hair, your skin, your nails, all the organs, your energy. All pulsating with each breath, breathing your whole self, every aspect of yourself. With each inhale, bringing in that nourishment, watering the seeds of your life, of your day, of just this moment. And then exhaling, letting that beautiful life force energy flow all the way through you, clearing you, softening you. And then gently sit up onto the heels and bring the hands to your heart. If you're not able to sit on the heels, you can put a cushion or a blanket or a block under your sits bones. And we'll chant one Om, taking a nice deep breath. Om. Let's inhale the arms forward with the palms opening. It's just offering your heart to the universe. Exhale, open the arms out, shoulder height, palms up. Inhale, bring the palms together overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. Let's do this a few times in a flow. Inhale, open the palms, keeping the outer edges of the hands together, as if you're offering your heart to the universe and the world. Exhale, open out, shoulder width. Really reach through the fingertips. Inhale, reaching up, up, up. Let the rib cage rise. Lengthen the spine, palms together overhead. Exhale down through the third eye, the throat, to the heart. A couple of more times in this way. Inhale forward. Exhale out. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale forward. Exhale out. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale forward. Exhale to the side. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more. Inhale forward. Exhale out. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale down along the body. Rub the palms along the thighs from the top to the knee. Bring the hands to the floor. Slide them all the way out to an extended child. Take a couple of breaths there. You can be up on the fingertips. The head is just between the biceps, a little bit above, and you're looking right at the mat. And you're sending the sits bones towards the heels, lifting the belly up off the thigh and forward. As if there is a line of energy coming from the soles of the feet, through the pelvic floor, through the diaphragm, through the heart, through the throat, through the crown of the head, out towards the wall opposite your head. On your next exhale, slide the hands forward and come to extended puppy. So the hips are going to rise. You're going to lengthen the sides and front and back of the body. You're bringing the chin and the heart down if you can. If it's more comfortable to turn the toes under, you can do that. Just a couple of breaths. We'll start slow and then we'll flow. And then on your next breath, float forward to a sphinx. And again, ground the pubic bone, lengthen the spine. Let your pubic bone and thighs catch on the mat. Lengthen the spine, ground the palms, wrists, and forearms as if you're going to pull the mat towards you, but you don't. What you do is you lengthen the whole torso. The head is floating up off the shoulder girdle. Press the fronts of the legs and the tops of the feet into the mat and try to not clench your gluteus muscles, your buttocks. Play with that. It's actually a very active pose, Sphinx pose, with each breath creating length, grounding, rising up, lengthening, broadening, expanding. Let's bring the gaze to the right, bend the right knee, bring that heel towards your back end, foot is flexed. Keep lengthening the spine. Now there's a little tiny twist from the waist up, still grounding the forearms, wrist, palms, and fingers. Release that foot down, come to center. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, bend the left knee, bring the left heel towards your buttock, and look to the left. And see if you can see your left foot. And the ankle is flexed, keeping the right leg grounding, keeping the left thigh grounded, keeping the forearms, wrists, and palms, and fingers grounded, keeping the spine, the whole torso long. Then come back to center. Nice deep inhale, lengthen, exhale, lower down, bring the hands under the shoulders and send yourself back into extended child to child, palms up by the finger butts, palms up by the feet. Next step, inhale, round up, roll over the fingertips, ground the palms and fingers. The fingertips are pointing towards the feet, and you're just alongside and behind a little bit. Draw the elbows and the shoulders back, straighten the arms out if you can, ground the whole circumference of the palm and all 10 fingers, and lift the heart and rib cage, lengthening the torso. And if it's comfortable, lift the hips a little bit. Chakravirasana. And on your next exhale, sit back up into hero's pose, sitting on the heels. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, palms forward, offering straight in front. Exhale, open the arms out to the side. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. Again, inhale, arms come forward, palms up. Exhale, arms off the shoulders, reach broad. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart, all the way down, palms to the thighs. Run them from the top of the thighs to the knees, onto the floor, and reach out onto the fingertips, extended child. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, extended puppy. Hips are rising. Nice deep inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, flow into Sphinx. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, bend the right knee, look to the right, flex that heel. Nice deep inhale, come to center, release the right foot down. Exhale, bend the left knee, bring the heel towards your buttock, look to the left. Nice deep inhale, come to center, ground the forearms, ground the wrists and palms, engage the belly, turn the toes under, and rise up into a forearm plank. Press the heels away, engage the legs. The spine is lifting between the shoulder blades. The neck is long, face is looking kind of ahead without kinking the back of the neck. Nice deep inhale, exhale, lower the hips. Turn the right hand to the left, bend the left foot, and if you can, reach back for the left foot with the left hand and draw the heel towards your buttock with the elbow lifting. And just hold this for a few breaths. Vinyasa, this is half frog pose. We're just adding on. And then come back to center into Sphinx. Reestablish yourself there. Turn the left forearm to the right. Bend the right knee. Bring the right hand back. See if you can get hold of the foot or the ankle or the shin, wherever you can go, and draw that heel towards your hip. Try to ground the front of the pelvis, both hip points. Reach the right knee back towards the wall behind you. Ground the left leg, reach the left toes towards the wall behind you. Lengthen the spine, shoulder blades hugging behind the heart. Exhale back to center. Take a nice inhale, Sphinx. Exhale, hands alongside the chest. Press back into extended child to child. Palms up by the feet. Inhale, roll up, ground the palm. Exhale, bend the elbows, draw the elbows and shoulders back. And then inhale, straighten the arms and take a gentle kneeling arch. Chakravirasana. Nice deep inhale here. Exhale, flow forward to child. Inhale, extended child. Round up into tabletop. And go right into a cat and a cow. Make sure the hands are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. And just moving the spine in any way that feels good for you, flowing with your breath. And then let's come to a neutral spine. Reach the right leg back. You can bring the right hand more towards the center of the body and reach the left arm out. So you're making as much length in the spine and the arm and leg as you can. Push the floor away, engage the belly. If you want a little bit more, you can bend the right knee, find the foot or the ankle, press the foot into the hand and lift up. So a similar position as in Vinyasa, half frog pose, except now we're in a different position. Push the floor away. Next exhale, bring the right hand down, left hand down, and bring the right knee towards the right thumb and sit back, bringing the left leg back with the toes turned under, and be sitting up at first. So this is pigeon, Ekapada Gustasana, and sorry, I said that wrong. Ekapada Raja, pigeon pose. Send the heels back. We'll have to edit that out. And try to lengthen the spine out of the pelvic bowl. And then bring the top of the left foot down and come to the forearm with the elbows under the shoulders. And then stretch it out, coming onto the fingertips, lengthening the spine, the sides and front and back of the body. And the head, again, is floating between the biceps, just above them. Take a few nice deep breaths here. And then gently sit the torso up and sit off to the right and bring the left foot forward with the right sole of the foot either into the left thigh or pull the heel out towards the right groin. Inhale the arms up, ground the back of the left leg, ground the outer edge of the right leg, and come forward for a Janu Shirshasana. And then sit up and bend the left knee and bring the right ankle onto the left thigh and flex the foot to make sure the foot isn't sickling. And if you can, sit the chest up towards the right shin. And if it's comfortable, you can move the sits bones closer to the left heel. And then see if you can rock the legs left and right in this four stretch position. And then pause in the middle and hold there, lifting the heart. And then release the right foot down next to the left foot and sit up to the thighs, hugging around the shins. Pressing the sits bones of the feet into the floor and lengthening the torso. And from here, let's bring the hands down alongside the hips and come into a low squat. Now, if you can sit on the heels, you can do that, or you can come up a little higher. Wherever your squat is, just finding that, finding your balance and pausing. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, if you are on the balls of the feet, lift the arms up overhead. Press the legs together just a little bit, ground the balls of the feet, fan the toes out, engage the belly, lift the upper body out of the pelvic bowl. And on your next exhale, bring the hands down and come into a forward fold. Wherever that is for you, you can have blocks here. If you need slightly softened knees, you can do that. Once you find your forward fold, bring the arms around the elbows and just pause here, letting the spine lengthen. So the flesh of the legs is engaged, it's charged, it's activated, it's hugging into the bones, right? And the belly is lifting up over the thighs, and the spine is dribbling like a waterfall, cascading down the front of the body. So take a few breaths here, thinking about that. And then let's come to a flat back, half lift. Hands under the shoulders around blocks, around the shins or thighs. Gentle arch in the upper back here, legs stay engaged, lengthening. And on your next breath, bring the hands to the hips and sit the torso up. Tadasana. Notice how that feels, first time standing in class today. Let's inhale the arms up. Exhale the hands to the hips. Step back with the right foot into a warrior one, and the arms can come up overhead. Let's bring the hands back on the hips and spin the back leg, the right leg around now. So those toes are pointing forward and you're in high lunge. And then let's take the arms up overhead and pause here for a couple of breaths. Grounding down into the feet, the legs are activated, the torso is long. You can go as deep as you want, that's appropriate for you today. My sacrum is bothering me a little bit, so I'm going easy, not as wide, not as deep. Belly is lifting up off the thigh. Next, exhale, take the hands behind and release. Inhale, lift the heart, draw the arms back. Rib cage is lifting, broadening, expanding. Next, exhale, fold forward, bringing the arms overhead as best you can. Take a few breaths there, finding your balance. Next, exhale, frame your foot, step back, downward facing dog. Take a nice long inhale, lengthen there. Exhale, float forward to plank or all fours. Nice deep inhale there. Exhale, half plank or knees, chest, chin. Nice deep inhale there. Exhale, flow to an up dog or a cobra on the inhale. Take a nice deep inhale there. Exhale, back to extended child's to child, palms up by the feet. Inhale, roll up over the fingertips. Exhale, as you bend the elbows, opening, lifting the heart and hips, straighten the elbows. Nice deep inhale there. Exhale, fold forward, extended child. Inhale, come on up to tabletop. Do a couple of cat and cows here. Well, placing the hands under the shoulders and knees under the hips. Come to a neutral spine. Take the left leg back and the right arm out and pause. You can move the left hand towards the center line of the body if you want. Just balancing here, lengthening the spine, lengthening the right arm and the left leg. Press through the heel like you're going to stamp your foot into the wall. If you want a little more, you can bend the knee, press the foot into the hand, open the right rib cage to the right. Push the floor away with the left hand. Ground into the right knee and shin and foot. Nice, deep inhale, go a little more. Exhale, ground the right hand, bring the left knee towards the left thumb. Walk the hips back with the right toes turned under into an upright pigeon. You can either sit on the left heel or you can put a blanket there, or you can pull the left heel out to the left a little bit, would be more intense. And then let's come down to the forearm, spend a moment there, and maybe rock the hips side to side. Sometimes that feels nice. And then release the top of the right foot down and reach the arms out as far as you can onto the fingertips. The head floats between the biceps. Grounding into the right front of the leg, grounding into the outer edge of the left leg. Both feet are active in whatever position you have them in. Arms are reaching long. Belly is gently engaged. Torso is elongating. And on your next breath, gently sit up and sit off to the left hip. Bring the right leg forward, left sole of the foot into the inner edge of the right thigh or towards the outer edge of the left groin, grounding the outer edge of the left leg, grounding the back of the right leg in the heel. Inhale the arms up, exhale, reach out over the leg. Again, like the whole body is elongating as it folds delicately, like water trickling over the top of the right leg. Nice deep breath. And gently sit up on the next breath. Bend the right knee, lean back a little bit, bring your left ankle onto the right thigh now and flex the left foot. And if you can sit up towards the left shin, go ahead. And if you're flexible enough that you can bring the sit bones a little bit closer to the right heel, you can do that. And if it's comfortable, you can rock the side to side a few times, lifting the heart, elongating the torso. It's like a nice massage on the hips and groins. And feel like you're kind of rolling over the inner outer edge of the right foot. And then pause and hold for a few breaths at your expression of this pose, this form, this shape. Variation on the four stretch. It's also a preparation for many other postures. And then bring the feet together. And once again, hug the torso and the thigh together, holding on around the shins, and lengthen the spine. It's kind of a seated child's pose. And this time, we could even round and bring the forehead towards the knees and the chin towards the chest. Ground the feet, ground the sits bones, curling up into a tight, again, this seed-like form and shape. Maybe once again thinking about the seeds you're planting for this beautiful spring, waiting for germination of your dreams and visions and hopes and desires, wants and needs. And gently unfurl and come into low squat, sitting on the heels or flattening the feet out and coming up a little higher. Finding your balance, letting the arms go overhead if that is available for you here. Feel the roots of the ball of the foot and the toes, grounding you deep into the earth. And a delicate balance of grounding and rising up. Feeling that safety, that security, that fertility. And then allowing yourself to emerge and blossom. On your next exhale, come to a forward bend. You can position the feet together or slightly apart, bringing the hands to the elbows, engage the legs, lengthen the torso. And if it feels comfortable, you could rock side to side this time, tapping the right elbow to the right shin and the left elbow to the left shin. And then pause and hold for a few more breaths. And on your next inhale, come to flat back position, wherever that is for you, keeping the flesh of the legs engaged, the 4 points of the feet grounding, folding where the legs meet the torso, the belly floating off the thigh and cascading forward with the torso and the spine like a waterfall. Reaching out long, the upper body in a gentle arch, back of the neck long. Next, exhale, hands to the hips, sit the torso up, Tadasana. And notice how this feels now. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, hands to the hips. Step back with the left foot into warrior one. So find your warrior one for today. Once you're there, go ahead and lift the torso and the arms up. Going as deep or not as is appropriate for you. The legs are on two planes, just a little bit away from the center line of the body. The rib cage is lifting and spiraling to the right. The hips are slightly swiveling. Well, the left hip is kind of open. You're letting it float back. And you're cutting in at the bottom of the buttock area to support with those strong leg muscles, the freeing of the spine from the pelvic bowl, reaching through the fingertips. Strong warrior. Next breath, bring the hands to the hips and simply spin the left foot around so that you're now in high lunge, all 10 toes pointing forward. And when you're ready, raise the arms up there. Might even have a gentle arch in the upper back here if you can bring the palms together. You can play with that. Watching for the knee placement on the front leg to be over the ankle. Reaching through the back heel. Next, exhale, interlace the hands behind the uncomfortable way. Inhale, knuckles down, lift the heart. Exhale, come forward, bringing the torso and the head towards the floor. Lifting the arms overhead towards the wall opposite your head. Next breath, frame your foot, step back for downward facing dog. You can bend the right knee, turn the hips to the right, straighten the left leg out, and stretch the whole left side of the body out from the outer edge of the left foot to the fingertips of the left hand. Maybe even look under the left arm. Then gently come through center and go to the opposite side. Swivel the hips to the left. Keep pushing the floor away with the hands. Bend the left knee. Straighten that right knee out even more. Stretch the whole right side of the body out here in this gentle down dog twist from the outer edge of the right heel to the right fingertips. Gently come back to center. Bring the right hand to the left outer edge of the right leg. Look out underneath the right armpit. Revolve the torso a little. Stay strong. Stay engaged. Release the right hand to the mat and do the other side. Bring the left hand to the outer edge of the right foot, thigh, or shin.
Bend the rib cage to the right. Look out underneath the right armpit. Keep reaching the sits bones back. Pushing the floor away with the right hand, grounding the 4 points of the feet. And come back to center. Nice deep inhale, lengthen. Exhale, float forward to plank or all four. Nice deep inhale there. Exhale, half plank or knees, chest, chin. Nice deep inhale there. Exhale, cobra or up dog. Nice deep inhale there. Exhale, back to child, palms up by the feet. Inhale, roll up over the fingertips, ground the palms. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, straighten the elbows, draw the elbows and shoulders back. Lift the rib cage, open the heart, lift the hips. Take a few breaths here. Next breath, fold back down into child. Take a few breaths here. Take the breath into the back body. Have the forehead down on something. If it feels okay, you can rock the torso side to side or rock the forehead. Massage the forehead by rocking the head side to side gently. And pause and hold for a breath or two more. Allowing a moment to pause and observe and absorb and reflect and to rest and restore. And then gently sit up into Virasana and swing your hips around and come onto your derriere into stack pose. Have the hands behind and alongside the hips a little bit. Grounding the heels, grounding the backs of the legs. And again, the spine is floating up out of the pelvic bowl. Nice upright staff Dandasana. And let's inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold out over the legs into Paschimottanasana, forward, seated forward fold. Take a few breaths there. And again, think of that idea of the lengthening of the spine and the energy rising through the pranic tube, through the spinal column, through that central line, through the heart, through the crown of the head, and out towards the wall. Grounding the backs of the legs and the heels. And letting the breath flow into the areas that feel tight or resistant. And if you want, you could even take this in a yin form, just folding, and you could bring support under the torso if that's better for you. As we wind down now a little bit. Next, inhale, sit up. And simply scoot your hips forward and roll down slowly, seeing how long you can control. Rolling down until the back is flat on the floor. And bring the feet towards the buttocks, and bring the fingertips brushing your heels. And then ground the feet and start to lift the hips. As you draw the shoulder blades underneath, you might clasp hands under there. And come into a nice bridge pose, wherever this is for you. And if at this point you feel like you want to block under your sacrum and you want to be supported that way, there are 3 heights in the yoga blocks. You can rest your low back on that. We're going to hold here about 3 or 4 breaths, feeling how the heart is spilling into the throat, into the brain, and how the brain, the third eye, is reaching for the heart in this beautiful arc, bridge. Lifting through the outer thighs, cutting in the outer upper hip area, grounding into the 4 points of the feet. The knees are actually drawing towards the wall opposite them. The heart is opening and lifting, spreading and broadening and widening. One more breath. And on that exhale, slowly release the hands and shoulders and see if you can roll down one vertebrae at a time, lovingly, allowing each part of the spine to once again be held and cradled by the earth. And once you're there, just allow the knees to release to the right. Take the left arm overhead, right arm off the right shoulder, and turn your gaze to the right. Just stretching the whole left side of the body out a little bit. You could bring the right foot up onto the left thigh if you want a little bit more intensification there. Otherwise, it's just a relaxed supine twist. And let's gently, simply go to the opposite side, coming through center, straightening out, realigning everything. Let the knees release to the left. Right arm goes overhead, left arm off the left shoulder. You could bring the left foot up onto the right thigh if you want. Stretching now the right side of the body out. Really feel that lengthening. Breathing deep to the core, to the spinal column. Not only physically, but energetically connecting from the marrow of the bones, to the tissue, the ligaments, the tendons, the muscles, the joint capsules, the organs, the fluids, the blood and the lymph, to every cell in the blood, your hair, your skin, your nails, all the organs. And gently come back to center and find your most comfortable shavasana, now lying on your back. Legs are hip distance apart, gently opening. And again, creating length and openness, arms a comfortable distance from the body, and palms up. And allow yourself to come to silence, inner silence, and stillness, inner and outer stillness. Just allowing the breath to flow in an easy, gentle, comfortable way. Let yourself be cradled by the earth. And let yourself think about absorbing the fertility of the earth now in this springtime season, aligning with those energies. It's exciting. All the birds are exciting. The squirrels are scurrying around. All the flocks are flying back. We're seeing more and more of the woodland creatures coming out and some of their babies as well. So it's a really exciting and busy, busy time of emergence, of resurgence, of vitality, of renewal and rejuvenation and birth and growth. So let your energies and your ideas and dreams and hopes and visions align with this energy and help you ride with it to create your inner landscape and your outer reality in ways that are aligned to your deepest heart self, your core self, to your soul purpose. And be gentle and kind and loving, nurturing yourself and your life with loving kindness, with compassion, with friendliness. You are a divine child. Revel in the joy of discovering new aspects of what that might mean for you, inwardly and in your life. Just a few more moments here, relaxing completely from the crown of your head to your toes, crown of your head to your fingertips. Soft,
still in silence, relaxed in Shavasana. And now we will gently emerge, taking the breath from the nostril tips to the fingertips and toe tips, maybe moving the fingers and toe tips around a little bit, waking up. And as you're ready, lovingly, gently rolling to one side and sitting up. Bringing the hands together at your heart, feeling in any good you can from your time here today. Perhaps continuing into your day with a contemplation on this wonderful energy of vitality and rebirth and growth and creativity, and how you might enjoy resonating with that in your own life. Let's chant one Om together to close our time here today. Taking a nice deep inhale. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Om Namaste. Thank you.